Some cars don't just drive fast, they shape movie history. And in Transformers, a few of them became absolute legends. And what's crazy? Some of these rides cost more than entire mansions. Stick around, because number 13 alone is worth over $3 million. Transformers didn't just give us epic battles, it gave us cars that became pop culture icons. These machines weren't background props. They had personalities, power, and unforgettable moments. Today, we're diving into 13 of the most legendary Transformers cars ever seen on screen. The story behind each machine, their real-world power, and their jaw-dropping value. And trust me, you'll want to see which beast closes this list. Barricade, Ford Mustang Celine S. 281 Police. It all begins with one of the coldest Decepticon intros ever, 2007's Transformers. Barricade wasn't a tank or a fighter jet. He was something scarier, a cop car that hunts you down. Underneath the black and white livery, the Celine Mustang S281 carried 330 horsepower from a supercharged V8. Its low growl before the chase still gives fans goosebumps. At roughly $75,000, it wasn't the priciest car, but the way it stalked Bumblebee through those dark streets made it unforgettable. It's the kind of scene that cemented Barricade as one of the franchise's most iconic villains. Bumblebee. 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. Before the Camaro, before the muscle, Bumblebee was just a dusty little bug. In Bumblebee, 2018, B appears as a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, just 53 horsepower, humble origins, and the ultimate nostalgia punch. When Charlie turns the key for the first time in that garage, it's not just a car starting, it's the rebirth of a friendship. Real Beetles like this go for around $30,000 today, but their emotional value? Priceless. This is where Bumblebee's legend truly began. Shatter, 1971. Plymouth Satellite. When Shatter rolls onto the scene, you know trouble's coming. A 1971 Plymouth Satellite with 375 horsepower, wearing that deep crimson paint-like armor. This car embodies raw Detroit muscle. In the film, Shatter isn't just a villain. She owns every frame she's in. That desert chase sequence is still one of the cleanest blends of practical car work and CGI. A satellite like this, around $50,000, but in that moment, she felt like a $1 million muscle queen. Dropkick, 1973, AMC. Javelin. Right behind her comes Dropkick, a 1973 AMC Javelin with 360 horsepower. A car most people outside muscle circles wouldn't even recognize. But Transformers made it unforgettable. Its sharp body lines and aggressive stance made Dropkick look like a coiled spring, ready to strike. Real Javelins like this float around $45,000, but this one became a cinematic brute. Bumblebee, 2006 Camaro concept. Then came the moment that changed everything. 2007, Bumblebee upgrades from a Beetle to a 2006 Camaro concept, and the crowd collectively loses it. This wasn't just a product placement, it was a resurrection. The Camaro had been discontinued, and this movie brought it back, with 400 horsepower, that golden paint, and a reveal scene that still gives car fans chills. This $90,000 build wasn't just a car, it was a turning point for Chevrolet itself. Drift, Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. Fast forward to Age of Extinction. Drift didn't roll up in a tuner or a muscle car. He appeared in a $2.5 million Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse, 1,200 horsepower. This car can hit 254 miles per hour. Drift's samurai personality mixed with one of the fastest hypercars ever made is pure cinema. It's one of those moments where even car guys in the audience whispered, "No way!" Crosshairs. Chevrolet Corvette, C7 Stingray. Meanwhile, another Autobot was turning heads for a different reason. Crosshairs, loud, flashy, and always running his mouth. The Corvette C7 Stingray he transformed into was no slouch either. 455 horsepower, razor-sharp handling, and that neon green paint that practically shouted, "Look at me." Priced at around 70 grand, it might be one of the few cars on this list an average gearhead could actually dream of owning. But none of us would look as cool flipping through explosions. Sideswipe. Corvette Stingray concept. Sideswipe is what happens when you combine beauty and lethality. His form, a one-off Corvette Stingray concept worth around $300,000 to build. Under the hood, 430 horsepower. He glides like a blade, silent, silver, and devastating. His entrance in Revenge of the Fallen is burned into every Transformers fan's memory.
Lockdown, Lamborghini Aventador, LP700-4. And then, Lockdown. This wasn't a villain who needed to shout. A matte black Lamborghini Aventador with 700 horsepower says enough on its own. The entrance scene where he calmly drives through an empty highway, that's the moment Transformers went cinematic dark mode. 400 grand for this monster, and it earned every cent with presence alone. Drift, Mercedes-AMG GT R. Drift wasn't done. In the last night, he ditched the Bugatti for something sleeker, a Mercedes-AMG GT-R, 577 horsepower, a car that screams precision and aggression in equal measure. $160,000 gets you one of these beasts in real life, but Drift gave it a soul. His calm samurai tone in a car that can eat racetracks? That contrast is why people remember it. Soundwave, Mercedes-Benz SLS-AMG. Soundwave, on the other hand, went for elegance. A Mercedes-Benz SLS-AMG with those iconic gull-wing doors and a 563 horsepower V8, $200,000 of pure menace wrapped in silver. When those doors opened, it wasn't just Soundwave revealing himself, it was Mercedes flexing on every other luxury brand. Nightbird, Nissan Skyline, GT-R R33. Transformers isn't all about American muscle and Italian hypercars. In Rise of the Beasts, Nightbird showed up repping JDM culture with a Nissan Skyline GT-R R33, 330 horsepower, all-wheel drive, street legend. Collectors will pay upwards of $120,000 for one today, and seeing it transformed on screen gave tuner fans their moment. A slick mix of nostalgia, speed, and villainy stinger. Pagani Huayra, then came Stinger, and with him, silence in the theater. A $3 million Pagani Huayra, hand-built in Italy, with 720 horsepower and a design that looks more alien than machine. The Huayra doesn't just roll onto screen, it glides. The moment those butterfly doors open, you know this isn't some throwaway villain. Stinger is pure automotive art. Mirage, Porsche 911, Carrera RS 3.8, 964, and finally, Mirage, the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 3.8, just 55 ever made, 300 horsepower, $1.3 million. Mirage became an instant fan favorite in Rise of the Beasts, wisecracking, fast, and impossible not to love. The fact that one of the rarest Porsches on Earth got this much screen time is a flex only Transformers could pull. These Transformers cars prove one thing. Sometimes the machines steal the entire show. But if you think these are wild, wait until you see the most insane celebrity custom cars ever built. $6 million worth of pure madness. Tap the video on your screen now.